Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the replay. If you are catching this across any of the channels that I am broadcasting on and the replay, say hey in the comments. Let me know that you are tuning in. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Monique James. I am a messaging strategist and AI consultant. And in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to solve your AI shiny object syndrome with regard to your marketing. In my work, I help businesses clarify their message, understand their audience, and scale smarter. And we use AI to help, but AI is not the be all end all. It's not everything. And if you are watching this as a business owner who you're wrestling with, a new tool comes out and you want to check it out, or somebody says they're using this and you do that, the shiny object syndrome in the AI space is serious. It's real and it's serious. Y'all, again, I'm live. Okay, let's start over. We're not starting over, we're continuing. Let's talk about something that I'm seeing. I am seeing business owners get distracted. They are distracted by the noise about AI, the new tools, the hacks, the shortcuts, the this, the that, the whatever, and constantly feeling like you are chasing a solution that exists outside of you is not a recipe for confident leadership and scaling your business smart. And so I want to talk about it in this conversation because the truth is, AI cannot fix a marketing strategy that is broken. What AI will do with a marketing strategy that's broken is magnify it. It will just make it bigger. It will just make it louder, and you'll be loud and wrong. And I don't want that for you. So the problem that I see rests on people, small business owners, believing that AI replaces human connection. It doesn't. AI does not replace human connection. It serves it, it supports it, it amplifies it, it uplifts it. Meaning, you have to be clear on some things first, and then AI does what it does in lifting you up, amplifying it, spreading it wider, allowing you to reach more people, make more offers, make more money. The challenge is without a strategy, without some core elements in your marketing clarified, you will be chasing tools and stacking them and remixing them and doing all kinds of things with different tools with no unifying purpose. And so you might be getting content out, you might be publishing with regularity, but there is no clear through line to why you're publishing, what you're doing, what you're trying to convince or invite people to believe with you. You will automate content kind of randomly, like there is no real workflow, there's no standard process. You just kind of do it randomly. Again, all to, on the outside, look like you're getting content out, look like you're publishing. I don't want that for you. Or you believe the tool is going to solve all of your marketing problems. That's the tool just isn't capable of doing that. What the tool will do for you is amplify what already isn't working. So let's talk about three things. Three things that I believe it is your job as a business owner and leader to know, to clarify, if you want to move the needle in your marketing. And the challenge is most business owners don't want to do this. You don't want to do it. And I understand why. People don't want to do it because they feel like this part of the work is boring. It's not fun. It's not shiny and sparkly. And it's happening internally. Nobody's watching, nobody's seeing, nobody's clapping. So it's boring. Some business owners have told me they feel like doing this part delays them getting paid. It delays sales. taking the time to figure these things out, delays, getting out there and figuring it out, building a parachute after you've jumped to get to the money. And then I also understand that generally speaking, there aren't a lot of marketing people who are talking about this because it is unsexy. It is. I acknowledge that. It's unsexy. Nobody is talking about why these elements matter and how they impact your marketing. Some because they don't care, others because they don't know, others because we want to be where you are. We want to be where the audience, the business owners that we're trying to sell to are. And for a lot of business owners, it is in the trick, do this in 5 minutes and make $30,000, do this and scale and double your income in 30 days, like all of these things. When the truth is, the part that allows your business to sustain over time is what I'm about to talk about. First, if you have listened to me, if you have watched a video, if you have read my content, you already know what I'm about to say. Your message and your brand voice. And when I say message, I mean the singular core perspective of your brand. I have said in this video already one of my brand messages. AI is supposed to serve human connection, it doesn't replace it. What is your core message? What is the thing that you want to invite people who will ultimately buy from you to join you in believing? Because once you have established that belief, you can walk them through their journey to saying yes to your offer. If you're not clear on that, every time you publish, it sounds like you are having a different conversation with somebody else. You need to know and be clear on what your brand message is and the voice. The voice matters because you don't want your brand to sound like a carbon copy of somebody else's business. You don't. Because if consumers have a choice between the established brand and the round two or the duplicate, why would they choose the duplicate when the established brand already exists? You need to be clear on your message and your voice. So I've had experiences with clients who, after time, will have realized that they've been doing a lot of external work, a lot of publishing, and nothing is happening, or results are decreasing. And so they would come to me. This is even in my social media manager days. They would come to me and say, okay, we've been talking a lot about, we only really talk about our business and what we do, and people are paying attention. We're not getting comments, whatever, we're not getting clicks, we're not getting. And so they think, well, we want to expand what we talk about. So we want to start, talking about trendy stuff. We want to start talking about the things that the people we believe are our customers are talking about, because we want to meet them where they are. And that's good insight. That's good strategic insight. The challenge is you have to navigate that with a tremendous amount of care, because you could risk diluting your brand if you are jumping from trend to trend to trend without you and your marketing team understanding internally how it aligns. In my content, I have talked about everything from Taylor Swift. As a matter of fact, Taylor Swift, at the time that I'm doing this broadcast, Taylor Swift now she owns all of her masters for all of her albums. For my brand, I might talk about that in the lens of understanding the nuance between being in a certain phase of your business growth journey and leveraging or allowing licensing of your IP so that you can grow, and then retaining ownership of your IP for longevity. Like it wouldn't just be, oh, content, own your content. I talk, for somebody who is not a sports fan, I am not a sports fan. I talk a lot about athletes in my content. And I do that because athletes fascinate me. Athletes are strategists. and tacticians. But before you get to the tactics, the stuff that we as viewers, or y'all, because I'm not watching, see on the field or on the court or on the wherever these people play, the strategy has come before that. The strategy informs the tactics. And so for me, I can see the strategy in how an athlete performs. So that resonates with my brand. I say all of that to tell you, if you are one of those business owners, like I've worked with before, who have said, we've only been talking about our business and we want to start talking about other things, you still need to have some clarity about how those other things align with your brand message. And you still need to know how you will talk about what will be your angle, what will be your spin. You know what? Let me do this really quick. So I use, if you want to do this, put some tools in place. Again, this is exactly what we're talking about. The AI tools, whatever tools you're using, cannot replace the strategic insight that you and your marketing team need to have. But once you have that, you can leverage tools to help you do more. So in my social media scheduling tool that I use in my business and for clients' businesses when I did social media management, it pulls like trending topics, latest articles, things like that. So if we were working with a brand who has decided they wanted to start sharing trending topics, they wanted to jump on pop culture topics, this could be a place we could start. This could be a place you could start. You could start to see, okay, well, what was published? What's happening? What can we jump on? Let's jump immediately. Okay, Mr. Beast borrowing money from his mom for his wedding. That would resonate if you are a content creator, if you are somebody who helps businesses with content, if you are, I'm sure this has something to do with, I'm certain it has to do with, because all his money is tied up in his businesses. So if you are a business coach or business executive consultant, those types of things. You see, I'm using this to illustrate you can do the trendy things. You can widen your core topics and what you talk about in your content, but it needs to be informed by a strategy that includes the identity, the core message, the story of your brand, the voice and tone of your brand. Those things matter because they give you something to ground any piece of content in. And then you get to show the depth of your knowledge and the depth of your brand's insight and how you can help by connecting two seemingly disparate topics together and creating a clear picture for your audience. That's the first piece. That's what you need to have clarified first. That message, that mission, vision, the standard stuff that you read in the business books. I also talk about the message because that matters. That's what I do. Your message flows through everything that you do. Everything that you do. Your digital content, your offline content, when you show up to networking meetings, all of those things. That's the first piece. The second piece is you need to have clarity on your audience. The second thing that actually moves the needle is having clarity on your audience. I can talk about athletes because I know that there are people in my audience who are sports fans, and they probably don't even think about the athletes that they like in the way that I will talk about them. But if they're following me, knowing what I do, and they're sports fans, I get to connect to seemingly disparate topics and illuminate pieces for them. So now they can say, oh, I didn't think about that. When you know your audience, again, you can branch out, but stay grounded and rooted in who your people are and what's going to matter to them. You can also design your content in a way that supports them through their journey, because you do understand that everybody who engages with your content is not ready to buy just because they watched your video. If you're not aware of where they may be in the journey based on the type of content that you share now or you currently share, then you will always miss them. Be like two ships passing in the night. Once you understand their journey, you can start to shift your content, shift your marketing, change the channels that you're publishing on, deliver your content in a different medium so that you're there when they're there with the messages that they need to hear to get them from comparing options to ready to buy. The third thing that I want you to clarify that will actually move the needle in your marketing: stop chasing the AI tricks and hacks. That's going to make you tired. I want you to clarify your goals. What matters? What do you want your marketing to do for your business? What do you want your marketing to do for you? What is your role in that entire process? Clarify what you want to achieve in your business, and then understand what you need to measure with regard to what you're publishing, with regard to your marketing, what metrics you need to be paying attention to, your marketing team needs to be paying attention to, and what to ignore. It's the difference between paying attention or prioritizing likes and followers versus leads and sales. But you can't figure that out if you haven't identified some goals. You can't lead your marketing team and guide them if you haven't given them a target to aim for. This is why everything I do is all around helping business owners like you clarify the character of your brand. That includes the voice, tone, message, archetype. Clarify your personas, your customer personas, the people that you intend to say yes to your offers, and then develop a content system that you can rinse and repeat. And here's the beauty of it. If you're listening to this and you're like, well, Moniek, that sounds like a lot, and I don't really want to do that. I just want to get to the money. Understand that getting to the money will probably require you scaling your business, will probably require you hiring people or working with collaborators if you're doing your marketing by yourself. Clarifying this up front prepares you for a seamless transition to outsource or insource, whatever it is that you want to do. Even if you're outsourcing or insourcing to an AI tool, you now have everything that is necessary for that tool or that person to successfully create your marketing content and publish it across the places that you know it needs to be so that you can monitor, track, optimize, and all that jazz. Every minute you spend getting clear, setting up your clarity, saves you hours later. It saves you time, it saves you energy, it saves you money later because you've done the necessary foundational work up front. That's what my marketing strategy blueprint does. We talk about a version of this in my laser session. That's what my AI tools do. That's what my fractional CMO services offer. Help you get to that clarity so you can make marketing decisions with confidence, not out of confusion, fear, self-doubt, all of those things that plague us in business ownership. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, if you are just about to click buy now on another AI tool, I want you to take a breath. And I need you to hear me when I say, you don't need more tools. You need a clear strategy. And I'm here to help you do it. So if you're catching this, you have questions, I will drop some links in the description of this video, in the comments of this video on other places. I'm here to help if you need it. I'm here to help you get to that clarity so you can start making the types of marketing decisions that allow your business to do and be all of the things that you've imagined it can do and be for your life, for the lives of your customers, for the lives of your team, for the communities that exist around you and your business. So, one more question before I go. What's one part of your marketing that you wish was clearer right now in this moment to help you be more consistent? All right, that is it. Let me know if you have questions. Do not hesitate to drop them in the comments, and I will come back and answer them. Catch you later. Bye.